What's up people, Course here, coming at you with another Paragon deck build. Today we're going to be looking at the new hero, Wukong. For the people who don't want to stay for my whole video, I'll also put the cards that I'll be using down in the description so you can just go down there, read that, and be done with it. For the people who want to stick around, this is my test build. This is what I'm going to be running with him for PvP. These are my initial thoughts, my initial build, so keep that in mind. Wukong is Order Corruption, basic attack of 10, so he hits hard, and mobility of 7, so he's hard to hit. He definitely gives me a Seraph feel, definitely gives me an Aurora feel a little bit because he is slippery. Now, as we get into the deck build proper, if you like it, make sure to drop a like and subscribe for more Paragon deck builds. Anyway, Archmagus is what we're going to start out with for the Prime card. Now, the reason I go with the Archmagus is because at 30 power I think is ideal. The attack speed is okay, the health is okay, but the thing that you're going to benefit the most from, I believe, is going to be the 30 power. So that's why I go with the Archmagus. He's a carry. You want him to hit hard. As you get to the consumables, I go Health Potion, Scout's Ward, 3 Stark tokens, and then a Healer token. Now, you can play him in 2 different roles, I think. You can play him left lane as an elusive, off laner, or you can play him as a safe lane carry. Those are my opinions. Some people might think he's only off lane, some people might think he's only safe lane carry, whatever. Those are the 2 that I've seen that I think he would do well in. So if you're gonna run with your support and they have wards, I would run the Health Potion and 2 Strike tokens to help you get your farm up, because he does farm very well, and with his controlled aggression, you can really farm up very quickly, and we'll talk about that when we get to his moveset. Now, the Scout's Ward, if you are in the off lane, definitely go with this. And if you're in the safe lane and your support isn't running wards, go with the ward, because you want to make sure you don't get ganked. Just because you have good escapes doesn't mean that you will escape every time. If you don't see somebody coming, they're going to get you. So make sure you keep the ward if you need to. If you're in the safe lane, I would just go Health Potion, then I would go with the Healer token, and I would play very cautious. Just stay back, get last hits when I can, focus on the controlled aggression minions, the ones that are glowing, and just chill. Keep your tower for as long as you can, don't die for it. Now, as we get into the deck proper, I have a Brawler's Ward as my dummy ward. I will grab that before I grab anything, place that down within that first minute, just so you have that vision on the field, whether you're left lane, whether you're right lane, just because it helps a lot. And if you place that down, it will give you more freedom to go ahead and go Health Potion, Strike tokens, because you'll know that you'll be warded up at least. And if your support is good, they'll probably grab a dummy ward as well. So you'll have a nice part of your jungle warded up, so you're not getting ganked. Now, I have 2 throwaway cards. They're going to be the Adament Edges. So this card is 6 power, 60 health, 12 power. I like this card because the extra health does actually help early game. It allows you to take a couple of extra shots. With the 2 Adament Edges, you'll have an extra 120 health, which isn't anything extravagant, but it'll give you enough to help you survive. But the more important thing is going to be the 18 power that you get from this card once you fully upgrade it. That's going to help you with the last hits, which are just so important. Getting those last hits, getting your farm in, because as of now, he's the proclaimed best farming character in the game right now. So you want to make sure you're getting that farm. I equipped this with 3 minor strikes, so that right there will give you a nice boost of power early on. And the second Adament Edge is exactly the same. So I build them all with minor casts or minor strikes, so 6 power cards piece. Now, right here I have the Assassin's Sword. Since he is Order Corruption, you have that option. The Assassin's Sword is 6 power, 4 basic pen, 2.5 lifesteal, and I equip this with 3 lesser drains, so give him 10 lifesteal, and I think that's all he needs. He hits hard enough to where the 10 lifesteal is going to be enough to keep him alive, to help him keep pushing, because the way I want to play him is more of like a split push. I don't really want to be in every fight. I want to put pressure on the enemy team, and once they come after me, I escape, I go jump into a fight, catch somebody out. That's how I want to play him. He's not an assassin character necessarily, but he has an escape to where you can really put pressure on the enemy team. So that's how I'm going to play him with the, we'll talk about the Thunder Cleaver down there. But the Assassin's Word will just give you that vision. It'll give you that little bit of lifesteal so that you can stay topped off while you're destroying minions. So that's my rationale for the Assassin's Ward. Now, as we get to the deck proper, I go 60% crit, Thunder Cleaver, and 100% damage bonus. So you're going to have a good attack speed, you're going to have a decent power with a 60% crit chance. So 6 out of 10 hits technically will be crits. So as we get into the first Spirit of the Rift Hunter, This card gives you 6 power, 4 crit, then 8% crit once you fully upgrade it. And I equip this with 3 strikes, 12 power apiece. So this will give you a nice little boost of power, and it gives you that crit early game. That crit's not going to be anything great because 12% crit is nothing really, but still focus on the power because that's what's most important. Now as we get down to these two Thunder Cleavers here, they are exactly the same, so we're going to look at one. So this one I built with 2 major casts and then a major wound. So once you have all 3 of your Spirit of the Rift Hunters, you'll be sitting at 60 crit, like I said, and you'll be sitting at pretty good power. So now for the Thunder Cleaver, you can build this last, or you can build it once you feel like, once you get over 150 power, Thunder Cleaver is probably viable. But I would probably go with my Blade of Agora first. I would get all my power cards and then go with Thunder Cleaver last. Once you have all your power, once you're hitting as hard as you can, go with the Thunder Cleaver so that you can really push their lanes. So let's look at the Blade of the Agora. So this card is 6 power, and more importantly, the fully upgraded bonus gives you a 100% crit bonus. So with your 60% crit, you're going to be critting people for 800 or so with Prime. So you'll be hitting pretty hard. Now, you equip this with the 3 major or minor casts, minor strike. So it gives you a little bit of power, nothing crazy, but like I said, it's for that 100% crit bonus. Once you get that card, you're going to be hitting people so hard. So you can build this once you have 2 of the Spirit of Rift Hunters, or you can just wait till you get all 3 and then go with a nice little power spike there. It's up to you. And like I said, the last card that I would build is going to be the Thunder Cleaver. So this card gives you 5.5 attack speed and a unique passive. Melee basic attacks gains an additional plus 50 damage bonus to cleave. So your cleave is going to do more damage. Now this is the part that I like though. The active. Instantly deal basic attack as physical damage to nearby enemy units. This will allow you to hard push enemy lanes. When a team fight is engaging, if your team isn't like over committing, you know, really trying to get in there and murder people, but if they're keeping the team distracted, you can really push some lanes up before they notice that you're there. And even if they get on you, you have really good escapes. And with the way that Monolith is set up, you can run over parts of the map just to get away from them. There's a wall separating you if you do it correctly. So they're going to have a very hard time catching you. Now, as we get to his moveset, I'm going to show you what some of the abilities look like and maybe show you the ultimate and some stuff like that. So if you want to stick around, by all means, but that is the deck build that I'm running for him right now. If this is all you stay for, people, thank you for hanging out. Let me know what you think of the deck build. Make sure to like the video, subscribe for more Paragon content, and we'll see you over on the ability side if you want to stick around. Alright people, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at his moveset here. So this first move right here, this Ryu Jingu Bang, is basically just his melee attack. So it deals 61 basic damage, he swings his staff at you, cracks you on the head. Easy peasy. That levels as you level, so no need to really think about that. Now, as we get to the moves proper, this is where it gets interesting. So we have the Staff of Legend as his first move here. So Wukong extends his staff and deals 75 ability damage. Now, thing to note about Wukong, he has 2 stances. He has the offensive stance. This is where his staff pushes clones and enemy heroes 900 units. And then he has the evasive stance. Instead of dealing damage, Wukong extends his staff into the ground for a directional leap that launches himself into the air. So good to note. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to show you what the offensive stance looks like and what the evasive stance looks like. So go ahead and take a look at that here. So the next move we have is called the Cloud Walker. So Wukong can jump a second time with a cooldown of 14 seconds. So offensive stance. So jump ends in a 300 radius slam that deals 60 ability damage and applies a 200 or minus 200 slow for 2 seconds. And his evasive stance, he jumps, grants air walking, and a 250 movement speed boost for 1 second. So basically in the offensive stance, he's going to come down, his staff extends, it gets huge, and it slams down on the person and it slows them. Make sure that you hit this though, because you can miss it. I missed it a couple of times because I didn't have the range down. So just make sure you get the range down, you know, practice with some bots. And then the evasive stance, this is where he jumps into the air and then he can basically walk on the air. This is great for escaping. because you can walk over structures. So you know, you can jump up towards your gold buff, you can walk over little cliffs or whatever. It's awesome for getting away from people. So make sure that you just know what stance you're in, because it's easy to get confused. And right here I'm going to show you what both of those moves looks like in the different stances. So take a look right here. So just a little tip here, because as you can see, I've switched the offensive stand. I use my staff and I miss. Make sure you know the range. So the next ability we have is called controlled aggression. So toggle Wukong between offensive and evasive stance. So with his golden eye flames, there is a 25% chance that Wukong will spot a minion with a spirit that grants additional bonuses when slain. Offensive stance. So marked minions grant 40 bonus CXP when slain. Evasive stance, marked minions heal Wukong by 40 health when slain. So right here, I'm going to show you what it looks like, because the minions are glowing. They have like a little red ball inside of them. I'll show you what that looks like here. And keep in mind that like early on, you definitely want to be in that offensive stance when you're farming, so that you're getting that extra CXP. If you really need the health, I mean, go for it. But definitely make sure that you're taking advantage of that CXP as much as you can, because that's what's going to help you get ahead. So yeah, I just wanted to make that note. Let's go ahead and take a look at what the minions look like when they're glowing. So yeah, take a look right here. So this is what controlled aggression looks like. When you have a minion that either will give you additional CP or health, they'll glow red like this. So just keep that in mind. Try to last hit the minions that show up like this. And every once in a while you'll get lucky and you'll get like the gold buff like that. Get that extra CXP. So his final move, and probably his strongest move here, is called 84,000 hairs. This is his ultimate, and it's a passive, so it stays active all the time. So upon connecting with a basic attack, Wukong passively creates a immobile clone, which attacks all targets within melee range. Clones deal 20% of Wukong's base attack damage per attack, and will disappear after 5 seconds or 3 attacks. Now, this move is awesome. Because you can pair it up with your Staff of Legends, and you can move your clones where you want them, and you can also knock people into your clones. So you can do a lot of cool stuff with the clones here. But keep in mind, so the clones can't move though, so you gotta be aware of your positioning. And also the clones deal 20% of Wukong's basic damage. So depending on how much damage you're doing, that's how, you know, your clones are gonna be hitting for a percentage of that. So I think if you pair this up with like a Decker ult, or even Greystone, if you can time his death correctly, or his first death, I guess you would call it, you can do some real damage to a team here. But coordination is definitely needed, because people can just walk out of the clones. But let's go ahead and take a look at what the clones look like. I got some images up on what. Alright people, so that's what I have for the movesets here. Now if I had to decide how I was going to equip these, or which order I was going to upgrade them, if I was playing safe lane, I would go with controlled aggression first, hands down, because you want to get that farm in early. I know some people like to chase the kills and whatnot, but for this character, I think if you get your farm in early, you'll definitely start to snowball with this character, and that will allow you to get kills a bit later in the game. So I would go with the controlled aggression first and try to get all my last hits, especially on the minions that are glowing. The second move I would grab will be the Staff of Legends, simply because it can knock people away, and it allows you to get a pretty good escape. That jump is amazing, especially if you time it right and you get to a good spot on the map. So I would go with Staff of Legends second, and then the last one I would upgrade would be Cloud Walker. Now that's if I'm in the safe lane. Now if I'm in off lane, I would go controlled aggression last. And I know this might seem weird, but the reason is because if you're trying to get those last hits, you're going to end up overcommitting, overextending, and you're going to take a lot of damage or end up dying for a tier 1 tower. So I wouldn't equip this one until my tower, well, until I have everything else, or either my tower goes down. That's when I would do controlled aggression, because then you will have more room to actually farm. So that's just my thoughts. Do what you will, but just a little tip for you there. What I would go with first would probably be the Staff of Legends, so that you have your jump, you have your pushback, just in case they do get pushy. And then I would go with the Cloud Walker. and controlled aggression last. So that's what I would do off lane. Now, no matter what lane you're in, what I would prioritize would always be my ultimate. The 84,000 hairs always takes priority. And then if you're safe lane, I would say controlled aggression. After that, Staff of Legends, Cloudwalker. Now, off lane, 84,000 hairs still, I would say Staff of Legends, Cloudwalker, and then controlled aggression last as far as priority goes. So that's what I think. Well, until the tower goes down, then go with controlled aggression. Once your tier 1 tower is down, controlled aggression in the off lane, because it's going to help you farm. Now, that's what I have for Wukong right now. I'm excited to play this hero a little bit more because he seems to bring something very dynamic to the game. So I'm curious to see what he looks like and how other people are playing him. But people, as always, if you like this video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're not subscribed already. I do Paragon content at least, I don't know, 4 or 5 times a week. I do live streams Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and usually Saturday if I have the time. So make sure to pop in for that if you can. If you do subscribe, make sure to hit that bell notification because I do a lot of random streams as well because I have a hard time sticking to a schedule. So, people, this is Orsa Course. Thank you for viewing this video. I appreciate it. I will be doing a live stream shortly after this goes live. So make sure to come join me for that. Look forward to seeing you. Have a good one. Peace.